Welcome to Developer Update number 2. I'm here to talk about some of the neat new things I've been able to get working for the web version of Morpheus. One of the neat things I've been able to get working is cross dissolves. When you go to a scene, instead of showing a white screen and waiting for things to load and watching things appear on the screen, we now wait until the next scene is ready to be loaded and do a nice cross dissolve between the two. This was a difficult thing to get working because I had to be able to track more than one scene. And in fact, I cache all the scenes as I walk through them, so that once you've visited a place, it is now much faster to load. Puzzle elements are now showing and hiding themselves based off of game state. So an example of this is when you first arrive on the deck of the ship, we have a closed door. We cannot go into this pipe. We cannot go into the ballroom because the game will not allow us to. Instead of going into this ballroom, we now see a locked door. We cannot proceed. Cannot proceed. We no longer see the message capsule here because we have not freed it from the mast and fired the flare gun. There are some additional small tweaks to the sound, video, and image detection logic. I talked about this in developer update number 1, the fact that in the original Morpheus, all assets are video. No matter whether it's a sound or an image, it's a video. But that doesn't work very well for web. For web, I need to be able to use real sound, video, and image types. So I have to guess for a particular asset, what is it a sound file, is it an image file? And I'm getting it right most of the time, but not all the time. So some of the issues that I'm running into are related to that. Implemented the GoBack type. So we have some scenes where you can get to them from a couple different locations, and we need to be able to go back to our previous scene. It used to be when you looked at this Herculaneum, you couldn't go back. You were just stuck there. And then lots of little bug fixes. Just, the way I've been approaching the development, especially this past weekend, has been to play the game, find something I can't do, and fix it. So what's still broken? One thing that is going to make a lot of the game work is invisible hotspots, which is just a simple oversight on my part when I implemented these puzzle scenes. I have the hotspots that have controlled elements associated with them, but I do not have, there's another hotspot that's hidden, that's behind this, which checks when I let go of the mouse, has this been brought down far enough to be able to launch? And instead it falls back to the background hotspot that just exits. So I need to get those hidden invisible hotspots working with the same hotspot detection logic I've implemented now for being able to move around. For example, now when I click, there's a hotspot to move down this pipe, and when I click on it, it's checking, am I enabled? We are not, so I cannot get in here no matter how many times I click. There's some additional fancier puzzle control types that I still need to implement. All I have right now are clicking, horizontal, and vertical sliders. There are rotation sliders. There's these XY sliders. Like I should be able to move up and down and left and right. Do not have that working. That will, of course, give us a lot of puzzles, a lot more puzzles. There's some even fancier puzzle types in some of the dream sequences for the drums, for the map pins, and those need some more code in order to be able to work. And yeah, I think a big thing that I need too are game menus. This would be an save games, open games, start your game, something to wrap the actual game engine in. What I'd like to work on next are anything that's a puzzle fix. I want to get more puzzles working. Now that the game won't let you go places and will show you different things based off of the game state, need to get everything in there that lets you manipulate the game state, because that will really open up the game in terms of playability. Another big thing that I would like to see working are the cursor icons. I tried to use HTML cursors for a while, but they have issues, so I'm going to need to actually implement my own overlay for doing cursors. I'll just be drawing them myself, tracking wherever the mouse is. Something that I think is pretty cool is that the projector now works, and this is going to show a problem that I have with the sound, video, and image detection. When I try to play this, instead of showing a screen, that movie on top, smaller where it belongs, it thinks it's a full screen transition. But yeah, the movie theater works. Hooah!
Balloon expedition sets out across the Arctic. Brown Zeppelin makes first New York trip. Bucky Lindy returns home, a hero. Commander Teddy Holmes, fish oil magnate and newly inducted member of the Explorers Club, yearns to be the first to cross the Arctic ice cap by balloon. Stick to the social scene, Mr. Holmes, because your ideas are full of hot air.
Lol. Oh, yeah. And I guess I want to build more automated tests. I have some automated tests. They have helped me when I'm making changes. I would like to have more. This is the server I stood up to be able to do automated builds. Whenever I push out code, this picks it up, does a build. It now also runs the automated test, and it won't do a build, and it won't do a successful build unless the tests are passing. There's now a nice little tag here for the GitHub page that shows when everything is working. For some of the bug fixes that I did, I actually had to go back and touch the original C++ code that I used to load in the original binary data file that explains the game, and it outputs a text file now. I had an uninitialized variable that was being output to the text file. So whenever I was setting the state comparator, it belongs to an element in the game, and it will let the game know whether this should appear on screen or not. And the value that it was using for its checks was literally random data. It could be 0. Usually it's between 0 or 1, or maybe a number as high as 40. And in this case, they were random. It would have been 1,000, 20,000, 228. Random data. The game was unplayable until I fixed this. That was a big fix. Then I regenerated the data, pulled it all the way through, all the way to production. Yeah, so that is where I am at. Thank you for watching developer update number 2, and I am looking forward to developer update number 3. See you all next time. Oh, I guess I should also add, there's background music. Yeah, you hear that? Background music. That's a new thing. I guess let's go listen to some background music. Look at it. Bedroom's good, but oh yeah, how very progressive. I mean, whoops. This is the sound of goodness. Yeah, that kind of fell on its face. But anyway, it's been kind of neat just listening to the background music. It's pretty good. Yeah, that one's just quiet and creepy. But how about this? This is creepy. This world is always just so creepy. Oh, look at it. You could not go this far. You could not get this far into the puzzle. Now we can do things, and when we click on here, we'll see another audio video problem. See, that's not supposed to be full screen. Ah, yes. So the game also used to crash after you went around here one time because it wasn't looping. It was supposed to loop around until you do that. And we've got a red Queen of Hearts, which I think with my most recent changes will appear. Huzzah! Oh yeah. And let's see. Remember the state? It did. Look at that. It came back. So, we are doing good. Alright. I'm leaving attempt number 2. See you all until developer update number